everyone, this is Pavlina from Pavlina's Kids Place. I'm on the line with country music singer Bice. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Well, we're doing very well. I'm actually en route right now to see my parents in Atlanta for Thanksgiving, so it's going to be very interesting. I'm sorry I'm on the road and en route, but I do appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Yes, well, thank you for talking to me. When you were growing up, you had a lot of gospel music around you. How did that influence your life and your music?
You know, I had a lot of great influences in music growing up, to be honest with you, Pavlina. It's from Southern gospel music and Southern rock to country and rhythm and blues, soul music, folk music. So it's really interesting, I guess. A lot of folks don't realize it because when they saw me on Idol many years ago, even though we got to do stuff from Benny King and Blood, Sweat, and Tears and Jim Croce and Travis Tritt, I feel like there was a wide range of music that I've listened to my whole life. So when I went on the show, it was kind of second nature to get up there and sing the songs that I did.
Okay, that's really cool because I talked to Gloria Gaynor, Brenda Lee, and Darius Rucker, and they had all sorts of, they sang all sorts of gospel around the house and growing up and everything. So.
The gospel music, I think, is a big part of a lot of musicians' life because they really, that's where we get our start as far as really in music is in church, whether it be, I guess that doesn't really matter what denomination you are or what religion, whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant or there's always music that's in some way, whether using the voice or using instruments, and so I think that's where a lot of folks really get their cut their teeth on music is in their church growing up.
So growing up, a lot of kids have obstacles they have to overcome. Did you have something tough like growing up, and how did you overcome it?
I had a pretty even keel childhood. I had great parents, and my brothers and sisters and I all got along, and I've just always kind of been the same way. I always loved music, and that was a big part of growing up for me. So I think as far as hard times, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't very good in school. I wasn't very good at concentrating. And back then, they said that it was ADD or whatever it is. But I think some of it was just being a kid and as songwriter and like I said, singer, and just that art side of the brain. A lot of us don't have very. I know many artists that don't have very good attention spans. So I think some of it might have even been that. But I think that was probably the most frustrating thing growing up, because as much as I wanted to concentrate, as much as I really put 150% into it, if you asked me to learn a song, I could spend hours in learning that song and never walk away from it because it was something I was interested in and loved. But if you wanted me to learn the times tables, I couldn't last 5 minutes, you know what I mean? And it was, so that was kind of frustrating growing up. But I look back on it and I think that I just, I see how many great people I had guiding and helping in my life as far as teachers and just very patient parents and, just good people that didn't let me get so frustrated that I just kind of tuned out.
Yes, okay, well that's good then. So what was it like with doing American Idol? Were you ever nervous? And how were you around the judges?
I don't think I really ever got very nervous on Idol, but I have been doing music and playing in bars and really whenever, playing in church, playing, at all different kind of venues before I went on Idol. And so therefore when I kind of had that platform and that stage, I didn't really get too nervous, but I really wasn't paying attention to the fact that there were 35 million people watching me either. So I think that that was probably something. Now I look back on it and I go, man, I would have had butterflies if I had thought of it in that perspective. But it's a good thing I didn't. I was just kind of doing any other gig And it just so happened that Randy, Paula, and Simon were sitting there critiquing, so it worked out all right, I think.
Yes, I think so too. So one of my Facebook friends, Erica on a store, she wanted to know, what was it like after being on Idol? Like, did people recognize you or anything?
It's great life after Idol. You know, it's a lot of fun. I mean, Carrie Underwood, my good friend who got first place, she's had so much success, and I've been able to watch all her dreams come true. And, you know, personally, I have a family. I have 3 boys, and my beautiful wife, Caroline. And so life's very good. We have, 3 different albums out, our brand new album out, Bice 3. And the video's number 2 right now on GAC, so we encourage folks to vote for that if they have time. Try to get us on up to number 1, you know. And so life, I would say, life is very good. You know, it's a matter of what you want to do. You don't. Whenever the show, I always tell people this because they ask the question, "What advice would you give someone coming off of Idol?" And I always say the first morning you wake up after that show is start the hardest work that you've ever done. You have to work harder than you ever have. You have to think bigger than you ever have. And you truly just have to be dedicated and love what you do. And so I'm very, very happy with where I am. I'm very blessed to have some great, great fans and so many people that have helped us in our career. And great to have people like you who want to talk to us and are interested in what we're doing.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I heard that you like NASCAR racing, and we were both actually at the Angie Skinner fundraiser earlier this year in Daytona Beach. And do you have any plans to come to Daytona soon for like racing or anything?
Well, you know what? I'm trying to get something lined up for Bike Week, and of course I'll be at the Skinner Roundup when they do it this next year. Mike and Angie Skinner are such wonderful people. They're good friends of mine, and I just love them to bits. I'm blessed to have a lot of great NASCAR friends like Todd Bodine and Janet and Mike and Angie, and Ron Hornaday is just a sweet person. Rick Crawford, Michael Waltrip, and Daryl Waltrip have been so good to me, and they're just great people. So, I really do. I enjoy the NASCAR family. I enjoy getting to travel, and hopefully you'll see me down there for Bike Week, but I will definitely be down there for the Skinner Roundup.
Okay, cool. So you donate a lot of money and time to charities and stuff, and right now you're actually doing a lot of stuff with the National Flood Victims, and your song Long Road Back, you're donating the proceeds to charities, and you won $50,000 on your show, don't forget the lyrics, and you donated some of your hair to Locks of Love. Why do you feel so strong about helping people, and how do you feel about when you help them out?
Well, as far as donating time and things like that, it's just something I love to do. It's great to be a part of helping people out. And, Nashville, the flood victims there, it was great when we were able to help out through raising money from fan club parties and things like that. And also, as you said, the song that we donated on iTunes, if you download it, it's called Long Road Back, and the proceeds go to help out the flood victims. And then one big old check to Music Cares. That was something that when I got that check from Don't Forget the Lyrics, and that money was able to go to help truly the men and women that make Nashville's music business go around. And that's the players. A lot of these players that play for big-time people, they might not have all their stuff insured, and that might be down in those buildings, and they lost everything. These guys aren't the stars that's their names up in lights every night. These guys, they make a living playing music. And so when we can help anybody, especially the musicians that help our community really revolve, that's so special. So I'm honored to be a part of helping Music Cares, and anything we can ever do for our troops and our community, that's what we're put here to do. It's not about us, it's about them.
Okay, cool. So what inspired you to write songs and everything, like Long Road Back?
Well, the song Long Road Back, I was inspired to write that one. We were in between trips overseas to play for the troops. We were in Afghanistan in February of 2008, and then in October we were in Iraq for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And so in between those two trips, I wrote that song, and it started out really as a song kind of about the troops, you know what I mean? It was kind of how I felt when I came back from Afghanistan, just being over there and seeing what was going on. And, you know, as later on, after the flood, it kind of the same mantra rang true. It's a long road back from nowhere, you know, but we're going to get there together, and we got to fight, and we got to pull through this. And so for me, I think the song, when I was writing it, I never had any kind of intention more than just trying to express gratitude and trying to let folks know, you know, sometimes when you're down on your luck and things aren't great, there's only one way to go, and it's up. And you got to keep your fighting face on, keep your fighting spirit up, and that's what the song really, I guess, says. And it doesn't matter what religion you are or what color you are. It's really just about we're all put here, and we should be put here to help one another. And so I think that song just happened to fit many different, you know, scenarios, and we're very blessed for that.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. Do you have any plans for the future or gigs or anything?
Well, we do. I mean, we're going to be touring next year, and I'm actually playing the Grand Ole Opry December 4th, which is a huge honor for me. I was at the Grand Ole Opry about a decade ago. I did a songwriting competition. I got third place in it. And I got to sing at the Ryman, and that was a big honor back then. Of course, it wasn't televised, and it wasn't on the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
So to be now 10 years removed from that moment, and it's like coming full circle. I'm going to be standing there, and I mean, that's a pun intended. Everybody knows there at the Opry, the big circle that's taken from the original stage, and that stage has had so many incredible, legendary artists and songwriters, performers stand on it, and just the fact they're going to let my redneck self stand on there, I'm just over the moon, honored, and I just don't know what could be better than the Opry. It's truly, it's the biggest moment of my life, probably up to this point in time, except for the birth of my kids.
Yes, okay, well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Well, Pavlina, you did a wonderful interview. I appreciate you taking the time to ask some interesting questions that not everybody, you didn't ask any of the normal questions that I normally get. Is Simon a jerk? No, he's really a nice guy. You know, all those questions I always get, you didn't ask one of them. You did a very good job in research, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yes, well, thank you.
Well, you have a wonderful holiday, sweetheart, and hopefully we'll get to see you at the Skinner Roundup next year.
Okay, yes.
All righty, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.